this is quite a lot of clay. You could definitely start smaller. Like I said, I like smaller ones for like ranch and vegetables or shrimp and cocktail sauce. But if it's a true chip and dip bowl, you want it to be big because of like chip and dip. Or it could be like a personal size chip and dip bowl. So since this one's kind of large, I'm gonna bring this clay out some more to make this part wider. And you want to avoid getting like a mushroom. When I get to this point, I usually use my fists. My elbows are on my knees, so I'm nice and stable. And I'm gonna slowly work this clay out. It gets really dry when you do this, so I'm also hiding my sponge in my hand so I can squeeze water when I need it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I'm gonna make this part a little bit more shallow, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, so now I have like a little shallow divot. Now, for the center hole, instead of putting it here, I'm gonna come out here. Like so. And then this little guy is what we will throw the inside through. Okay? You can stop me if you have any questions. So now I'm gonna pull this floor out.
How far down is
Your goal is to not have to trim it. So I'm doing just like a normal like pinky size, but there's gonna be some crazy logistics that I'll talk to you about when it comes to that. Sorry. Okay. So, you know, since there is such a flat bottom here, I would make sure that you're really compressing that floor so you hopefully don't get any cracks. Okay, you guys, now this is the issue part. Because they end up cracking right here. And I'll show you, I'll explain it more once I throw it, but to try to prevent that, I'm gonna really push in down here. Because what ends up happening is this underneath this bowl, because you don't trim this little bowl, ends up to be thick. And then this ends up to be thinner, and then a lot of times you're gonna crack it. So you really have to like imagine if you cut this in half, if everything is going to be even. So I'm gonna play with this a little bit more. I got a little off center, but that's all right. And remember, they shrink quite a bit. So this looks kind of large, but. And then I'm gonna push it out here on the outside. I'm just trying to kind of get it under control right now. It's almost like I'm throwing a cylinder with this outside ring. Again, pushing a lot with that outside hand, and then I'm gonna start bringing it up. Now, I like to make sure that this rim is a little bit shorter than this rim. But if it was too short, then your chips would fall into your salsa. Does that make sense? So now I'm kind of just forming the bowl shape, adding that volume so we can fit lots of chips in there. And then so that you don't have to trim it, you have a flat floor, so you don't have to trim it after the fact. Once you get this all dried up, you can trim it just like you would trim a cylinder and undercut it right here on the wheel. And then it's done, and you don't have to trim it post taking it off. All right, I would definitely start with a smaller piece of a clay to try it out.